To my New South Wales member Gabrielle Upton and the Premier Gladys Berejiklian, my name is Annie Smoker and I'm a nurse in New South Wales Public Health. I'm reaching out regarding the New South Wales Government's announcement that nurses will be subject to what you're calling a wage freeze and what we all know is a pay cut. As a nurse, a mother of a 1-year-old and a voter, I think it's a terrible idea, and here's why. Firstly, any so-called increase in nursing wages was only ever in line with inflation, so deciding to freeze our wages means our pay will be cut. Secondly, Gladys, I've seen you publicly thank nurses for their tireless efforts multiple times, and Gabrielle, you congratulating the community for their amazing job in keeping up in the fight against COVID. Guess what? I'm in your community, so saying thanks just sounds like lip service when your actions are cutting our wages in the middle of a pandemic that we have been bearing the brunt of. I've been a nurse for 17 years, and during that time I've been physically assaulted by patients, been threatened with weapons, and caught diseases in the line of duty. I'm not looking for a medal, but my experience is common, and the idea that nurses need to suck it up and make sacrifices for the greater good when nurses, a female-dominated profession, are already paid less than male-dominated professions like cops and are still far less paid than politicians is insane in regards to both your valuing of our profession and the negative economic impact this cut will have on the wider society. We already put our lives on the line and make sacrifices to serve the public daily. Nurses are in short supply, and with all the talk of essential workers, we're not one of the most essential groups of workers. Crucial in the front lines of a pandemic, we've taken on more risk and workload, had our leave cancelled, and flexibly adopted all sorts of new work practices, all in the name of protecting the public. But Gladys, you've just threatened to fire some of us if this pay cut doesn't go ahead. Come on. Regarding the last-minute proposal from Treasurer Dominic Perrottet that we take $1,000 each, yet if we don't accept the $1,000 and then the wage freeze goes ahead, we still don't get the $1,000. This is clearly proposed hush money and you are threatening us with it. Nurses are fierce advocates for others in their most desperate and vulnerable times, yet you seem to think that because we are predominantly women, we do this job because we love it, and any suggestion of a strike will be manipulated and used against us, that you can make any decision that suits you and we'll just carry on being good little nurses. This has been used against us many times before, unfortunately successfully in a lot of cases, so you could push through all kinds of changes that affected us yet suited you. You are putting all future patients at risk by devaluing our workforce. Less money means less competition among nurses, which means fewer nurses, which means poorer outcomes for patients. Now, Gabrielle and Gladys, I know you're trying your best and these are devastating economic times, but if you and your mates at New South Wales Parliament can find the money to keep renovating the bloody footy stadium that I drive past every day to get to work, you can find the money which has already been accounted for in your budget to keep nurses' wages in line with inflation.